Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hubar begins now.
Work is about to begin on the first project in the next round of irrigation schemes across Tasmania, with more farmers set to gain access to guaranteed water. Cost blowouts mean the project is receiving extra federal funding as the first local details of this week's budget are announced.
The rolling hills of the northwest might soon be a little greener, with ground to be broken on the Don irrigation scheme in the coming weeks.
It'll start flowing around about in 23-24 season, enabling farmers to increase rotations, diversify into new enterprises.
The soil here is already pretty good.
You can plant nails here and harvest crowbars. It's that simple.
Having just endured the driest summer in 40 years, for farmers in the area, irrigation would mean growing is guaranteed.
Currently, many of us are operating our business based on the premise that we don't know whether we're going to have enough water to finish the season.
I will be able to crop 100% all my land here, never having to worry about running out of water again.
The federal government is kicking in an extra $13 million to help cover inflated construction and redesign costs. It's the first goodie for Tasmania that's been revealed in the lead up to this week's federal budget.
What we need to see from the Morrison government is something in the budget on Tuesday night that actually addresses housing affordability.
Federal Labor is also committed to building 1,000 social houses in Tasmania, saying the federal government needs to step in and bolster supply, as 4,000 people sit on the state's waiting list. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Shayla Phillips has now returned to her Stormley home after being discharged from the Royal Hobart Hospital. The 4-year-old girl spent 3 days lost in Tasmanian bushland. She managed to escape relatively unharmed with just a few bruises, scratches and bites. COVID numbers have continued to fall in Tasmania. 1,517 new infections were recorded overnight, with one person in ICU. The south of the state is seeing the highest number of cases by region. It comes as the Royal Flying Doctor Service prepares to roll into schools in regional areas this coming week to help bolster vaccination rates among children. The RSV Noyena has docked into Hobart tonight, returning from her second trip to Antarctica. The crew delivering supplies to launch the start of major upgrades on a research base.
Loading vital supplies from ship to shore as hundreds of tonnes of cargo arrive on Macquarie Island to renovate the 74-year-old research station.
And it's been in a really harsh environment for a long time, so a lot of those buildings and infrastructure are really in need of improvement.
Macquarie Island has dozens of old buildings, and over time we're rationalising those buildings and turning them into a modern, energy efficient and research friendly station.
A major logistical operation undertaken over the past week, launching the 5 to 7 year project.
So we have small boats going from the ship to the shore, which have to break down the loads and surf the waves into the beach. There's no wharf at Macquarie Island, and it's just one of those really challenging environments to operate in.
Those environments certainly not for the faint-hearted.
Conducting a resupply there at any time of year is just an amazing feat. They're battered by winds, seas. The ship coming back has battled 8-metre seas just returning to Hobart.
The crew of more than 130 on the RSV Noyena returning tonight, leaving a team behind to begin construction over the next 12 months.
So there's 21 people total for our year, and a large contingent of those are tradesfolk. And their job will be getting stuck into those big improvement projects.
Ensuring future research can be successfully conducted.
Having the facilities and research capability there for decades to come is a fundamental part of the Australian Antarctic program.
The ship will soon head to Singapore for maintenance works. Ruby Kamane, 7 Tasmania News.
After a 7-year wait, the well-loved but now revamped Richmond Maze will reopen to the public. The new adventure is aiming to build on the town's tourism status by offering more than just a maze.
Walls of greenery, carving out a 1.2 kilometre trail. These children, the first to tackle the twists and turns.
It's really fun, yeah.
It's really cool, actually.
We can get
There's heaps of dead
here.
ends,
Yeah.
and you just get stuck, and in the hedge maze you can like find all of the animals, and it's really fun.
It was like fun, like listening out and hearing your friends like call out and seeing them through the hedges.
The original maze shutting in 2015 and demolished after 30 years, with the new hedges now fully grown, sitting alongside another 1.4 kilometre timber maze, all part of an $8.2 million tourism redevelopment.
We're really opening up something that is fantastic for the locals, the Coal Valley community, great for southern Tasmania, great for all of Tasmania, and then a focus on the rejuvenated tourism industry.
It's taken around 7 years for these hedges to reach 2 metres in height, creating the ultimate challenge for people of all ages and abilities.
We definitely weren't the best at it, but we had a good time doing it.
It brought your younger self out, had a lot of fun.
Really somewhere you want to bring the children, your teenagers, your grandparents, and then we've also set it up to be fully disabled compliant because we want it to be accessible for every single person.
Also offering local food and beverages for those observing from the cafe.
We've been spending a lot of time with local producers to very heavily focus on the Coal River Valley.
A maze fully opens to the public on Friday, expected to run 7 days a week. Ruby Kamane, 7 Tasmania News.
Vintage motorbike enthusiasts from across the globe have gathered in Hobart for the 6th Tassie Tour event. The engines were revving as more than 100 riders kicked off their journey to Bicheno today, with a lineup of bikes part of some of the nation's finest transport history.
We've got 2 internationals this rally, one from Texas and another one from the UK. And then we've got people from every state in Australia.
Up to 250 kilometres will be conquered each day for the next 11 days as part of the rally. It's been a historic day for Tasmanian cricket, with the Tigers claiming their first Women's National Cricket League title. A strong batting partnership between Elise Viliani and Emma Mannix-Jeeves was the key to success at the crease.
With the sun shining down on Bellerive Oval, the Tasmanian Tigers held the home ground advantage, out to claim the all-important title.
It's a day of history for Tasmanian cricket, its first appearance in the WNCL final.
The South Australia Scorpions were the first to step up to the crease. Top-order batters showed off their fine form early.
We've had half an hour of play, no wickets, 25 runs on the board.
Emma De Bro was all class with the bat, finishing just short of half a century on the board, caught out in the field by Corinne Hall at 48 runs.
Great catch, great cricket, and a superb innings comes to an end.
Josie Dooley proved she could conquer the all-important knocks on the big stage, but the Tigers bowlers stepped up to dismiss her for 66.
Excellent work by the young gun Amy Smith. Down the crease came Josie Dooley.
It was Courtney Webb with 88 runs who helped the away side finish strongly in what's been a sensational summer for the star batter.
Steps away, pops this one over the covers again.
The Scorpions were defending 242 to bring home the win, but the Tigers wasted no time settling in at the crease. Rachel Priest smashing this one to the boundary.
Magnificent timing. It wasn't a bad ball. It was just hopped on by Rachel Priest. 4 runs.
Although moments later, Samantha Betts brought an innings of great promise from Rachel Priest to a crashing end.
She's bowled. Priest is bowled. Hitting across the line. Came out of nowhere.
Elise Viliani was determined to not let things slip away for the home side, coming in strong with this reverse sweep.
This is impressive, really impressive.
Boasting a strong partnership with Emma Mannix-Jeeves.
Jeeves uses the feet and drives through mid-off.
Chasing 38 from 52 balls, there was plenty of good signs coming from the home side.
It's not going to get to the boundary. Maybe it will.
A milestone moment for Mannix-Jeeves, racking up her maiden century in the competition.
A replica of the celebration we saw last over. That's a fine talent with a big future ahead of her.
Complemented by a historic win for her entire side, the Tasmanian Tigers crowned the WNCL champions. Grace Evans, 7 Tasmania News.
Newtown have broken a 52-year premiership drought to claim the Cricket Tasmania Premier League. Starting the day needing 116 to win, the Bucks chased down the total with 5 wickets in hand, victors on first innings runs. Anthony Mosca won Player of the Match for his knock of 139. In the north of the state, Westbury won outright over Launceston after bowling the Lions out twice cheaply, while Ulverston are the new champions of the Northwest. The Jack Jumpers have pulled off another nail-biting win, beating the Brisbane Bullets by 2 points. It's the second victory on the road in 3 days, keeping them in finals contention.
Looking to close their road trip with another W, the Jack Jumpers came out of the blocks quickly, building a first quarter lead on the inside.
Good penetration, straight off the bench, trying to have an influence there.
Josh Majette was effective with his fancy floaters from the free throw line.
Majette fires again and comes up with the goods.
But acrobatics at the other end kept the Bullets close. Digba dunking.
Goes coast to coast, and there's the athleticism we'd like to see a little more of.
And ooping.
Oh, Digba upstairs.
To keep the Bullets in it. But Jack McVeigh was serving up McTriples.
Gets a wide open look, he knocks down another 3.
Joined top scoring for Tasmania with 15. Fourth quarters haven't always been a happy hunting ground for the Jackies, but it wasn't a problem here, scoring 11 of the first 13 to build a 14-point lead.
Oh, Adams! There's the hops we were talking about.
Tassie's freak finisher Josh Adams taking off, as the Jack Jumpers survived a late scare, winners by 2.
I mean, a heck of a weekend to go on the road and win 2 games, and it wasn't pretty, it was just gritty.
The Jack Jumpers are now a game and a half out of the playoff spots, but their coach says they'll fight to the bitter end.
These guys have been tremendous. These players have been bought in from day one. The group's been special so far, and we have a lot more work ahead of us.
Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Good evening. Temperatures generally 2 to 6 degrees above average today. Hobart 27, Launceston 25 and Burnie and Devonport both 22. The high today was 27 and Hobart shared this with Bushy Park and Ouse. 26 at Strawn and Grove, King and Flinders Islands both 25, Smithton 24, 23 at the Friendly Beaches and on Maria Island, St Helens 22, 22 at Low Head also and 17 at Lyowini. On the close-up, low-level cloud is seen about parts of northern Tasmania today. An area of mid to high level cloud sits over WA, while another area of mid to low level cloud embedded with thunderstorms covers New South Wales and parts of eastern Queensland. Tomorrow, a trough and cold front cross Tasmania, being quickly replaced by a ridge of high pressure. The ridge extends from a high near the Bight. Several troughs sit over other states, excluding South Australia. Northeast to northwesterly winds 10 to 20 knots about the north, northeast to northwest winds 15 to 25 knots elsewhere, shifting southwest to southeast 15 to 20 knots from the west during the day, seas up to 2.5 metres. A strong wind warning is issued for the lower east and southeast coasts. Showers developing in the south tomorrow, Hobart 22, 21 in Dover and Ouse 23. A shower or 2 clearing in the north, Launceston 26, 22 in Devonport and Burnie 23. Showers clearing from the west also tomorrow, Burnie 22, Strawn 20 and 24 at Stanley. A partly cloudy day at St Helens 23, showers developing in Swansea 22 and also at Ross 23 degrees. The UV is 5, dropping into the moderate range tomorrow. The sun will set at 7:12 p.m. On Tuesday, a fine day about the Bass Strait Islands, possible showers elsewhere. Showers about the west and south extending statewide on Wednesday and light showers about the southeast coast and west on Thursday, fine elsewhere. A sunny day ahead in Adelaide tomorrow, 27, sunny also at Alice Springs, 33, partly cloudy in Cairns, 31 and also Broome, 34, a shower or 2 in Sydney, 25, rain in Brisbane, 24 and a partly cloudy day in Melbourne, 25 degrees. And right now in Hobart, it's 24 and sunny, Launceston 21 and sunny, Devonport 19, mostly sunny there. It looks like we can expect a few showers about the state tomorrow, Lou.
Bit of a change from today then. Thanks for that, Carmen. That's all your news for your Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us. Have a nice one. Good night.